Welcome back to Saltwater Noob. It's been quite a while since I did an update. It's November the 18th, and I thought I'd just update on where the tank is, some losses that we've had. As far as fish goes, the tail spot blenny, something happened to him. Don't know. Never found him on the floor, never found him in sand, in sump. Just, he went bye-bye. He disappeared. I did lose a clownfish to jumping out. I 2 weeks ago lost the pygmy angel to jumping out, and I lost the original flame hawk to jumping out. The mandarin dragonette, I couldn't keep up with the pods. I was buying pods once a month and just couldn't keep up with it, and thought he was doing well, and then found him one day not doing well. So the fish I have currently, still got the yellow tang. I have 2 clownfish in here, and I just got a week ago another flame hawk, and I have a lawnmower blenny, and I still have the pajama cardinal, and they're all doing well. I have to find something to replace the pygmy angel because he was really lively, but I really wanted to rehome him and didn't get a chance to. You know, my wife loved him, my daughter loved him. She's 16 months, and she would just follow him around the tank and just point and just love him. But he was really picking on some of my coral. If you look, I got it's a Jason Fox Meliopora, I think. I have to look it up real quick. But see how it's white at the top? That thing was almost completely white, and he was picking at it every day, basically eating at it. And since he's been gone for the past 2 weeks, it is colored up significantly. I mean, you can see all the green in there. So, you know, we've had a lot of changes in the tank. So let's kind of go through the coral. You can see everything's really kind of growing out pretty well. But and I think I'm getting a lid for it. I've decided I'm getting a lid. My wife's like, you know, we've had too many fish jump out, so I'm getting a lid for the tank, and it'll be in after Black Friday, basically. What's happening is I have this you know, feeds twice a day, and what happens is I've got the ice cap 1K, and it pushes the toss across the top here, and it'll push all the food in this little corner back here, and all the fish I've found in this back corner on the ground in this back corner. So I'm gonna get a lid. Since the last time you saw the tank, this pump is new. I've had it quite a long time, pretty much since when I stopped the videos sometime last year, about 8 months ago, I guess. Just cleaned this one. I've got them. This one kind of runs a little bit lower in the tank. This is the 1K, you know, the newer one. It's doing really well. All right, got the frag rack kind of filled up. So let's kind of go through. Start over here. You know, I've got a frag. You know, that's just a frag to sell. A little indicator fell off. It's kind of I had a huge explosion of snails. I mean, I'm just talking just snails everywhere, just baby snails, and they kind of grew up and they died, and their life cycle and all that stuff. And I've had lots of snails, and I think the hermits kind of get to them a little bit when they get a little hungry. And so this is a piece you probably saw a long time ago. It's now got 4 heads on it and some heads branching off. These are one of these, I think it was this one in the last video, used to be like right here. Sorry, used to be right here, but I have moved him down here, and he is doing quite well. There's actually 2 of them here, and I've got a lot of stuff branching off see if you can see. I'm not sure you can see it in there, but there's quite a few branching coming off there. And then I got this, why won't it focus? This two-headed frog spawn. I got it, I'll have to look, but about maybe a month ago, and it was solid white. It was bleached out completely. I got a great deal on it. I think I paid like $5 for it at the local fish store. And the owner said that he don't think it would color up at all. And I have to say, I do weekly water changes, and I use Red Sea's colors, but I also use I think it's the Red Sea nutrition supplements, the A and B nutrition supplements, and one's for I don't know, one's for color, I think one's for nutrition. And since I've been using that, I use it every day. I use 5 milliliters, I believe, and a day of both A and B, and it has really colored up quite nicely. This is a piece I bought from an online vendor. I bought several pieces, I'll show you, and right away he pretty much just not having a good day. Just immediately started losing flesh, and then the pygmy angel came in and just pretty much annihilated him. Picked at him every single day. So we get to the top of the tank, and I've really kind of gone crazy. My wife says I can't buy any more coral. She's like, "You're done buying coral." So let's kind of go through some that you've seen before. This is the Monoporid digitata right here that y'all have seen. It was colored up quite nicely, but it's kind of browned out. And since I've made some significant changes in my alkalinity and calcium and kept up with more stuff, it browned out because of some things. Not quite sure why, but it did brown out. And there's the Mind Trick Monty, and it's doing really well since the last time you saw it. Last time it was just barely on there. This guy right here in the middle of the screen, it's brown. That's supposed to be a Spider-Man Monopora that I bought from the same dealer as this guy, and it came in that brown color, and it has stayed in that brown color. So I am not impressed with that. There's supposed to be the Rainbow Monopora. You can see it's about the same size as it was, except for it's got this little branch off to the right. And then I've got it's supposed to be a green Miliopora, but your yellow, I mean, is what the guy sold it to me as, but it's green, it's greened up, it's done quite nicely. There's a bonsai right there that I've had for about 40 or 70 days, something like that. And then this guy, little bird nest, he fell off. I found out that he fell off. I kind of forgot about him because he's in the back there. He fell off. I found him this morning as I was doing some tank maintenance, and got stung pretty bad by the frog spawn there. He was kind of like laying right next to it. So I don't know if he's going to survive. He's got some really fluorescent green in him. Not sure if he's going to make it or not, but we'll see. Glued him back on there. This piece, you remember seeing him? He was a tiny little guy. That's that green Pavona, and he is quite big. Try to get a picture of reference. I got a Showstopper stylo. It's purple. Not sure if you can quite see it in this, but he's doing quite well. He's a little white on this side. He's really purple on the other side. It's because he's getting shaded by this top portion there. But he came from the same vendor as this one. I bought like 5 things from that vendor. Really inexpensive. Some of the LPS, I mean, it really varied, but that piece was $5, and it's doing fantastic. I got a green slimer, Bali green slimer, and you can see it's kind of, got a little white. Oops, got a little white in the center here, but he's doing great where he's getting a lot of light. He's grown. Let's see. You remember this hammer? He was quite small. He's got 5 heads on him now, doing quite well. My Zoa garden is stinking huge. Got tons of stuff, and this is after fragging probably 10 pieces of this guy. and just selling it. And I have fragged a ton of this King Midas. Just can't keep up with the growth that I've got going on with that. And a ton of the orange Bam Bam, I fragged it. I got this Duncan from the same seller that I was showing you from the other ones. This is toxic candy cane or whatever you want to call it. Had it for a while. It's starting to split. These guys are new, and I have, that is a Freak Hair Pavona I got from Tidal Gardens. Really like it during the live sale. And I got a blue Pavona right there, and then that is a like a hybrid of a jack-o'-lantern Leptoceras. Got from Tidal Gardens as well. You remember this guy, possibly. He used to be at the top where that green one is, right there in the center of the screen, but he fell, and I just was like, as far as Montipora go, he was doing well, so I just left him there. And I tried to move him, and he's like grafted onto that rock, but I mean, you can see he's got great paw extension. He's doing really well. And I've made some changes to the tank. I'll talk about that. I have no idea what this guy's called, but he's doing fantastic. Jason Fox Stylo right there. Don't know what that is. Got these from local guys around here. That is almost doubled in size in 70-something days. 70-something. That's a Dark Side of the Moon. It's doing pretty well. This is a purple Vivona. Just put them there today. Not sure I really like that placement. Duncan doing quite well. Another Jason Fox. Not sure exactly what that was called, but it's a stylo as well. Let me get let's see. There's some poop from the Tang. Well, he's really showing off there. Poop from the Tang, but that's a jack-o'-lantern Leptoceras there. Not really, I don't like that, that's a quite expensive kind of piece, and it's kind of in the back. Not a big fan. And there's some more coral on the backside there. We've gone through most of this. Got another Duncan orange mushroom doing quite well. Oh yeah, this guy, he is doing fantastic. He eats frozen food like you would not believe. He'll swim up into the water column, eat frozen food. He is great. So he's gonna be a survivor. He's gonna do quite well. He's one of my favorites. My wife was really upset about the Mandarin Dragonet, but this spotted Dragonet's doing really well. Acan, I got that local fish store. It's doing really well. Not sure exactly what this guy is, but got a toxic torch, and that toxic torch from the same people as this one right here, and you can tell, they're doing really well. So like some of their stuff, and the prices were really good. It was a live sale. The prices were really good, and just some pieces just did really well, and some pieces didn't. I attribute some of that to that angelfish really picking at stuff. I'm just so surprised after having that. And I got that Aussie plate. Let's see if I can get a better picture of that. Sorry about I really apologize about the glass not being super clean. This guy is the same torch you saw 8 months ago. It now has 4 heads. And then I've got a great big bubble coral in the back. That's his mouth there in that center. And he is doing fantastic. I feed him probably once, twice a week. I feed a lot of my coral during the week. Then I got a meteor shower. Whatever, starts with a C. Can't remember the scientific name for it. But that's pretty much the tank, and it's really doing well. So some of the things I've changed, I was not having much growth, and the family and all that stuff really took its toll as far as like keeping up with the tank and all those things. But what I have done is really paid attention to my parameters and started feeding frozen food and feeding the corals reef-roids once a week. And I started doing the A and B dosing with the Red Sea Coral Nutrition. And then I've kept my alkalinity at 9.5, kept it steady. It takes about 10 to 15 milliliters a day of alkalinity and about 10 milliliters of calcium. Somewhere around there is what I've been running, especially since I've got all these new frags in the tank. They've really been taking a lot of alkalinity and calcium. I've had a lot of growth, especially since I increased, because I was in the low 8s to high 7s in alkalinity. Once I went up to 9.5 and kept it there and kept it steady, I've had a lot of growth and just a lot noticeable changes. LPS, SPS, just, you know, things just looked healthier and did better. I stopped carbon dosing because I had a loss. I lost that orange frog spawn, so I stopped carbon dosing. You know, I made a little mistake, and it cost me that. So yeah, it kind of was upsetting. But I have no algae. I do have the algae scrubber in there, and it's growing algae, hair algae, and so that's doing well. But my nitrates and phosphates are a little on the too low side of things, so I try to overfeed a little bit. The fish are happy about it, you know. And since I've been doing that, I know there's nitrates and phosphates in there because these guys have been growing like crazy. But I think that's about all I wanted to say. I mean, I've got sorry you can see my reflection there, but for, you know, the most part, you know, like most of my coral is, I went on a spinning spree, and so a lot of the new sticks, you know, the SPSs, between 79 days and 31 days I've been in there. But the pavonas, all the new pavonas, just been there 8 days. But you know, the spotted dragonet, 80 days. The tank's been up and running for 322 days now, and really doing well. So I'm trying to find another fish to put in here, like your suggestions if possible. But sorry this video is running a little long. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and let me know. Thanks.